everyone. My name is Jenisa de Castro. I am the founder of JdC Voice. I teach vocal lessons in combination with mental health exercises as well as energy work. So today we're going to be talking about the 3 myths behind singing. And this is very important to me. These 3 myths I believe so full-heartedly because I know them not to be true. So I'm going to share those with you. So myth number 1 is that singing is about talent, and you cannot sing or you can't learn to sing unless you have this natural born talent. That is not true, and I will tell you why later. Myth number 2, singing requires a lot of excess body tension, and it takes a lot of effort and strain in the entire body in order to sing or in order to get to high notes. That is not true. It's actually very easy to get sound out, and again, I will tell you why. And myth number 3, singing is an end goal career choice, not a process of self-discovery and exploration. Again, this is not true. You can learn how to sing even if it is not your career choice. And I will tell you why in the clips to follow. So myth number 1, singing is about talent. Not true, partially true, but mostly not true. Singing is actually about tools that you gain. So to me, singing is learned. And part of the foundation of my singing technique is, like I said, mental health exercises, or what I call neuroplasticity, which is a fancy umbrella term meaning that the brain can always be molded. So your brain is always learning new things. So to me, like I said, singing is learned. You need to acquire tools and you need to be diligently practicing them every day in order to make your singing voice happen. So singing is not about your natural born gifts or your natural born talents, which some people do have those things, but it really is about the fact that anyone can learn how to sing because anybody can make sounds. So what we're doing is we're just acquiring the right tools in order to make those sounds into melodies. And that's so important for my clients to know because I do truly believe that anyone can learn how to sing. Anyone can learn how to sing, even you can do it. So here we are, myth number 2. Singing takes a lot of physical effort and physical tension in order to get sound out or to get loud sounds out in particular. This is not true. The actual truth behind this myth is that it actually, in order to get louder sounds out, you actually have to relax the body more. So what you have to do in order to get those louder sounds out is you first have to find your coordination. And in order to find vocal cord coordination, you have to find relaxation in the body first. So you're finding vocal cord coordination and then you're able to hone in a little bit deeper into those little tiny muscles that are living inside your voice box. So those are the muscles that we're really working out when we're singing. We're not using any of these outside muscles in order to work out those tiny muscles. And that's so important to know because if we are using a lot of outside physical tension when we sing, it's going to be so much more difficult for you to get those sounds out and to really hone in on that coordination. So another foundation for my type of singing work also incorporates a lot of mindfulness and energy work, which helps us allow us to pay more attention to what's going on in the physical body so that we're able to release and relax more in the physical body as we go through our singing practices. That's so important to me because, again, in my history of my singing career, I never knew these things about the body that needed to happen in combination with the singing techniques that you actually get in voice lessons. So again, this is so important for my clients to know that singing requires relaxation in the rest of the body. So important. So myth number 3, singing is an end goal career choice, not a process of self-discovery. This is so real and so not true. Obviously, throughout the process of singing, you can be trying to attain a career in singing. That's totally fine. My experience in terms of my career with singing is I was always so caught up in this idea of, oh my gosh, how am I going to get to Broadway? Or, oh my gosh, how is my voice going to be good enough for this audition? Or, oh my gosh, like I'm not quite at the place that other people are at yet. And so for me, because I was consistently placing my singing values in terms of my singing career and in terms of my goals, I was always sort of holding myself back and cycling myself into these terrible mindsets. And I continued to tell myself these stories that were just not good for me and my singing process. So like I mentioned before, this started manifesting in my body, and these stories I was telling myself allowed my body to not actually be able to sing anymore. So I would get sick whenever I would go to auditions, or I would get sick before performances. This actually happened to me a lot throughout my singing career. It wasn't until I started paying more attention to what my body was going through and what my mind was going through in relation to my actual singing practices, and this process of self-growth and self-discovery was incorporated into my singing, that I finally was able to feel more confidence and more freedom with my singing voice. And this is so important to me because that whole process that I went through my entire singing career, and this process of self-discovery and self-growth, made me realize that singing is actually more of a holistic practice and something that's part of a lifestyle and something that's actually very healing to you, because like I said before, every body can make sounds. So there are different sounds that you're discovering and exploring within the practice of singing, and that becomes part of your lifestyle, and it's a part of who you are. And that's so important to me, is singing is a part of who you are. So anyone can do it, even if you're not specifically pursuing a singing career. This is something that can be a part of your lifestyle because singing is inherently very healing, and that's how it should feel always, even if you are pursuing a singing career. So that is my myth number 3. So those are my 3 myths revealed to you. So if you'd like to find out more, please reach out to me personally and set up a lesson with me, and we can begin working on your self-discovery and your self-growth. I'm so excited.